ಕತ್ತಲ ಮಧ್ಯದೊಳಗೆ ಮೆರೆಯುತ್ತಿಹ ಕರ್ನಾಟ ದೇಶದಿ ಇರುವ ಕಾಳಿಂಗನೆಂಬ ಕಲ್ಲನ ಪರಿಯನೆಂದು ಕೇಳ್ವೆನು. Sankalp residents, welcome to this monthly podcast. Ravi Bale here again. Today I have with me Mr. Chida Shivanna. Everybody knows him, but it's only a coincidence. Akasmika ashte. I am not interviewing him as president of the new MC for this couple of years. It just so happened. This is not the first time we are going to try to record this discussion in a single sitting, but also it is impromptu. That is no planned question answers. We will unwind as we go. Chida, welcome to this podcast session. ಹೇಗಿದ್ದೀರಾ?
ಚೆನ್ನಾಗಿದ್ದೀನಿ. ಥ್ಯಾಂಕ್ಸ್ ರವಿ. ಥ್ಯಾಂಕ್ ಯು ಫಾರ್ ಗಿವಿಂಗ್ ಮಿ ದಿಸ್ ಆಪರ್ಚುನಿಟಿ ಟು ಟಾಕ್ ಟು ಯು ಆ್ಯಂಡ್ ದೆನ್ ಟೆಲ್ ಯು ಲಿಲ್ ಬಿಟ್ ಅಬೌಟ್ ಮೈ ಲೈಫ್.
Please go ahead.
ಓ ವೆಲ್, ಬಾರ್ನ್, ಬ್ರಾಟ್ ಅಪ್, ಎಜುಕೇಟೆಡ್, ಮ್ಯಾರಿಡ್ ಇನ್ ಮೈಸೂರು. ಮೈಸೂರಿನ ಮಗ, ಇಲ್ಲೇ ಹುಟ್ಟು ಬೆಳೆದಿರೋದಲ್ಲ ಎಲ್ಲ. ಸೊ ನನಗೆ ಮೈಸೂರು ಬಿಟ್ಟು ಬೇರೆ ಕಡೆ ಎಲ್ಲೂ ಇರೋಕ್ಕೆ ಸಾಧ್ಯ ಇಲ್ಲ. ಸೊ ಒಳ್ಳೆ ಜೀವನಕ್ಕಾಗಿ ನಂದು ಇಂಜಿನಿಯರಿಂಗ್ ಮುಗಿದ ಮೇಲೆ ಅಮೇರಿಕಾಗೆ ಹೋದೆ. ಅಮೇರಿಕದಲ್ಲಿ 15 ವರ್ಷ ಇದ್ದು ವಾಪಸ್ ಬಂದುಬಿಟ್ಟೆ. ಈಗ ಬಂದಾಗಲೇ 15 ವರ್ಷ ಆಗ್ಬಿಟ್ಟಿದೆ. ಸೊ ಅಲ್ಲಿ 15 ಇಲ್ಲಿ 15, ಎರಡು ಕಡೆನೂ ಲೈಫ್ ವಾಸ್ ವೆರಿ ಬ್ಯೂಟಿಫುಲ್. ಐ ಎಂಜಾಯ್ಡ್ ದಟ್ ಕಲ್ಚರ್, ಐ ಎಂಜಾಯ್ ದಿಸ್ ಕಲ್ಚರ್. ಆ್ಯಸ್ ವಿತ್ ಎನಿಥಿಂಗ್ ಎಲ್ಸ್, ದೇರ್ ಆರ್ ಗುಡ್ ಆ್ಯಂಡ್ ದ ಬ್ಯಾಡ್. ಸೊ ಯು ಜಸ್ಟ್ ಹ್ಯಾವ್ ಟು ಅಬ್ಸಾರ್ಬ್ ದ ಗುಡ್ ಆ್ಯಂಡ್ ಎಂಜಾಯ್ ಲೈಫ್. ಸೊ ದಟ್ಸ್ ವಾಟ್ ಹ್ಯಾಸ್ ಹ್ಯಾಪನ್ ಇನ್ ಮೈ ಲೈಫ್ ಸೋ ಫಾರ್.
ಸೊ ನೀವೆಲ್ಲ ಆಗಲೇ ಸಮ್ಮರಿ ಮಾಡಿಬಿಟ್ಟಿದ್ದೀರಾ. ನಾನು ಹ್ಯಾವ್ ಟು ಗೋ ಬ್ಯಾಕ್ ರಿವರ್ಸ್ ಇಂಜಿನಿಯರ್. ಸೊ NIE ಓದಿದ್ದೋ JCEನಲ್ಲಿ ಓದಿದ್ದ?
JC.
ಓಕೆ. ಇಲ್ಲಿಂದ ಮೊದಲು ಅಮೆರಿಕಾಗೋ ಅಥವಾ ಯಾವುದೇ ಪಾಶ್ಚಿಮಾತ್ಯ ದೇಶಕ್ಕೋ ಹೋಗಬೇಕು ಅಂತ ಯಾಕೆ ಅನ್ನಿಸ್ತು, ಅಥವಾ ಏನು ಪ್ರೇರಣೆ ಕೊಡ್ತು?
See, I was an average student in engineering. All my friends were going to US. I was always wondering, maybe I'm not eligible to go to US. But luckily I found a friend who said, no, you can also apply. And then he went to a university called Fitchburg State University. And there he said, you send your papers in, I will work with the admissions office and see what happens. So I sent my papers, collected everything together. That was a struggle by itself. That's a different story. Finally, I sent my papers and then I was admitted to the college. And based on that, you go for the visa. Since it was a Tuesday, there were only few people in the line. So went in, luck was on my side and my visa was approved. Anyway, it was a great experience going through the admission and the visa process.
ಸೊ ಇದು ಅದು ಹೌ ಪ್ರೋಸೆಸ್ ಆಯಿತು. ನಾನು ಕೇಳಿದ್ದು ಯಾಕೆ ಹೋಗಬೇಕು ಅಂತ ಮನಸ್ಸಾಯಿತು. ಅಂದರೆ ನೀವು ಹೇಳೋ ಪ್ರಕಾರ ಆ್ಯಾವ್ರೇಜ್ ಇರೋರೇ ಅಲ್ಲಿಗೆ ಹೋಗ್ತಾರೆ, ಎಲ್ಲ ದಿ ಕ್ರೀಮ್ ಆಫ್ ಇಂಡಿಯಾ ಸ್ಟೇಸ್ ಇನ್ ಇಂಡಿಯಾ, ಆ ಥರ ಇದೆಯಾ?
ಒಳ್ಳೆ ಕ್ವಶನ್ ಕೇಳಿದ್ರಿ. ಏನಕ್ಕೆ ಹೋದ್ರಿ ಅಂದರೆ, ಸಾಮಾನ್ಯ ಎಲ್ಲರಿಗೂ ಜೀವನದಲ್ಲಿ ಸೆಟ್ಲ್ ಆಗಬೇಕು ಅಂತ ಇರುತ್ತೆ. ದಿಸ್ ವಾಸ್ ಬ್ಯಾಕ್ ಇನ್ 1991, ಬಿಫೋರ್ ದ ಇಂಟರ್ನೆಟ್ ಬೂಮ್, ಬಿಫೋರ್ ದ Y2K ಬೂಮ್. ದೇರ್ ವರ್ ನಾಟ್ ಮೆನಿ ಜಾಬ್ಸ್ ಅವೈಲಬಲ್ ಇನ್ ಇಂಡಿಯಾ. ಪ್ಲಸ್ ಐ ವಾಸ್ ಇನ್ ಲವ್ ವಿತ್ ಮೈ ಆಪೋಸಿಟ್ ಹೌಸ್ ನೇಬರ್, ಸಾಮನೆ ವಾಲಿ ಕಿಟಕಿ. ಇಟ್ ಸೋ ಹ್ಯಾಪಂಡ್, ಹಿತ್ತಲ ಗಿಡ ಮದ್ದಲ್ಲ ಅಲ್ವಾ ಯಾವಾಗಲೂ. ಹುಡುಗಿ ತಂದೆ ನನ್ನ ಪಡ್ಡೆ ಹುಡುಗ ಅನ್ಕೊಂಡಿದ್ರು, ಗುಡ್ ಫಾರ್ ನಥಿಂಗ್ ಅನ್ಕೊಂಡಿದ್ರು. ಸೊ ಐ ವಾಂಟೆಡ್ ಟು ಪ್ರೂವ್ ಮೈ ಸೆಲ್ಫ್ ಇನ್ ಲೈಫ್. So that was one of the reasons, and of course I wanted to be successful in life.
ಹೌದು, ಆ ಕಾಲದಲ್ಲಿ ಇಂಟರ್ನೆಟ್ ಬೂಮ್ ಆಗೋ ತನಕ ನಮ್ಮ ದೇಶದಲ್ಲಿ ಒಂದು ರೀತಿಲಿ ಎಲ್ಲ ರೀತಿ ಪ್ರತಿಭೆಗಳಿದ್ವು. ಅದಕ್ಕೆ ತಕ್ಕನಾಗಿ ಅವಕಾಶಗಳು ಕಡಿಮೆ ಇತ್ತು. ಅಮೆರಿಕ ಅನ್ನೋದೊಂದು ದೇಶದಲ್ಲಿ ಎಲ್ಲ ದೇಶದವರು ಹೋಗೋ ಹಾಗೆ ನಮ್ಮ ದೇಶದವರು ಕೂಡ ಬಾರಿ ಹೋದರು. ಈಗಲಂತೂ ದಂಡಾಗಿ ಹೋಗ್ತಾ ಇದ್ದಾರೆ ಪ್ಲೇನ್ ಲೋಡಲ್ಲಿ. ನಿಮ್ಗನ್ಸುತ್ತಾ ಮುಂದೆ ಎಂದಾದರೂ ಇಂಡಿಯಾದಲ್ಲಿ ಅಮೆರಿಕದ ಥರ ಅವಕಾಶಗಳು ಇಲ್ಲೇ ಹುಟ್ಟಿ ನಮ್ಮ ದೇಶಕ್ಕೋಸ್ಕರನೇ ಆಗಲಿ ಇಲ್ಲಿಂದ ಫೈನಲ್ ಪ್ರಾಡಕ್ಟ್ ಎಕ್ಸ್ಪೋರ್ಟ್ ಆಗೋ ಸಂದರ್ಭ ಸ್ಥಿತಿ ಬರ್ಬೋದು ಅನ್ಸುತ್ತಾ?
ಈಗಾಗಲೇ ಇದೆಯಲ್ಲ, ಹಿಯರ್ ದ ಸಾಫ್ಟ್ವೇರ್ ಹಬ್ ಆಫ್ ದ ವರ್ಲ್ಡ್. ಇಂಡಿಯಾ ಈಸ್ ದ ಬೂಮಿಂಗ್ ಮಾರ್ಕೆಟ್ ವೆನ್ ಇಟ್ ಕಮ್ಸ್ ಟು ಟೆಕ್ನಾಲಜಿ. ವೇರೆವರ್ ಯು ಲುಕ್ ಅಟ್ ಇಟ್, in terms of software, in terms of hardware, we are already number one, not number one, going to be. Pretty soon, I think we are going to steal the manufacturing hub from China also. I'm very hopeful, and I believe that India is the country to be in, and I'm glad I came back.
Can we attract world talents required for the Microsofts and Googles and Amazons in India?
Tough question, but see, one of the things that we need to improve is infrastructure. Basically, our infrastructure is going through rapid change. We have a long way to go. Let's see. I'm also hoping that we will become the brain drain for other countries.
So which place and or the state were you in, and what is your, let's say, top lessons you learned while living and working in USA?
When I first joined the university, I went to a small city called Fitchburg near Boston. That's where Fitchburg State College was there. And there I also applied for my future wife. She was still a girlfriend then. She was in journalism field. Unfortunately, that university did not have the department for journalism. So I had to take a transfer to a university called Western Kentucky University that's in Bowling Green, Kentucky. So there she could do her MS in mass communication. Kind of gave us the comfort feeling that I can come back to India, get married, and then we both can go back as students. We both finish our masters, and then I found a job in Nashville. I was in Nashville for about 8 years. That's where my first two sons were born, Pranav and Pramit. And later I joined Oracle Corporation. With Oracle Corporation, as a consultant, I traveled all over US. So we got to get a glimpse of most of the big cities in US. And later I quit Oracle and started my own company called XOR, basically which stands for X Oracle. Settled down in Seattle because most of my clients were there. Spent the next 7.5 years in Seattle. From Seattle, I came back to Mysore. What I learned basically hard work pays. The hard work is the only way that you can come up in life. The other important lesson I learned was your presentation is extremely important. Whether it is communication presentation or your looks, it matters a lot. When you walk into a meeting, as long as you carry a personality that is attractive and you could speak well, these are the very important things for anybody to be successful. So you definitely have to make the first impression and then it will help you in the future.
ಸೊ ನೀವು ಸಾಮ್ನೆವಲ್ಲಿ ಲಡ್ಕಿಗೆ ಏನು ಫಸ್ಟ್ ಇಂಪ್ರೆಷನ್ ಏನು ಕೊಟ್ಟಿದ್ರಿ?
ಅವಳನ್ನೇ ಕೇಳೋ ನಂಗೆ ಗೊತ್ತಿಲ್ಲ. But she was attracted to me. She was in love with me. So we both wanted to get married and spend life together. You have to ask that question to her. What attracted her to me?
ಸರಿ, ಅವರು ಹೃದಯದಲ್ಲಿ ನಿಮಗೆ ಜಾಗ ಕೊಟ್ಟಿದ್ದಾರೆ ಅಂತ ಗೊತ್ತು. ಆದರೆ ನಿಮ್ಮ ಮನೆ ವಾರ್ಡ್ರೋಬ್ಗಳಲ್ಲಿ ನಿಮಗೆ ಎಷ್ಟು ಜಾಗ ಬಿಟ್ಕೊಟ್ಟಿದ್ದಾರೆ? ಅಮೇರಿಕಾಗಿಂತ ಜಾಸ್ತಿನೋ ಕಡಿಮೆ ಆಗೋಯ್ತು?
ಅಲ್ಲಿಗಿಂತ ಕಡಿಮೆ. ಅವ್ರದ್ದು ದೊಡ್ಡ ವಾಕಿಂಗ್ ಕಬೋರ್ಡ್ ಇದೆ, ನಂಗೆ ಒಂದು ಚಿಕ್ಕದು ಜಾಗ ಇದೆ, ಸಾಕು.
ಸೊ ಅದು ಮನೆ ಕತೆ. ಈಗ ನ್ಯಾಶ್ವಿಲ್ ಅಂದರೆ ಜ್ಞಾಪಕ ಬಂತು. ನೀವು ಮೈಸೂರಲ್ಲೇ ಹುಟ್ಟು ಬೆಳೆದು ಕನ್ನಡ ಹಾಡುಗಳೆಲ್ಲ ಕೇಳ್ತಾ ಇರ್ಬೋದು. ಅಲ್ಲಿ ನ್ಯಾಶ್ವಿಲಲ್ಲಿ ಕಂಟ್ರಿ ಮ್ಯೂಸಿಕ್ ನಿಮ್ಮ ಮೇಲೆ ಏನಾದರೂ ಪ್ರಭಾವ ಬಿತ್ತು? ಅದರಲ್ಲಿ ಆಸಕ್ತಿ ಹುಟ್ಟಿದೆಯಾ?
ಕಂಟ್ರಿ ಮ್ಯೂಸಿಕ್ ತುಂಬ ಫೇಮಸ್ಸು, ಬಟ್ ಅಷ್ಟೊಂದು ಅಟ್ರಾಕ್ಟ್ ಆಗಲಿಲ್ಲ. ಬಟ್ ವಿ ಯೂಸ್ ಟು ಗೋ ಟು ಕಾನ್ಸರ್ಟ್ಸ್ ಅಂಥದ್ದೆಲ್ಲ ಮಾಡ್ತಿದ್ದೋ. ಪ್ಲಸ್ ನ್ಯಾಶ್ವಿಲಲ್ಲಿ ಇನ್ನೊಂದು ಅಂದರೆ ಕನ್ನಡ ಪಾಪ್ಯುಲೇಷನ್ ತುಂಬ ಇತ್ತು. ಅದು ಒನ್ ಆಫ್ ದ ಬಿಗ್ಗೆಸ್ಟ್ ಟೆಂಪಲ್ಸ್ ಇನ್ ದ US, built by all Kannada doctors who had gone there in early 60s and 70s. They had built a beautiful temple complex. So it was very easy to get assimilated into the society. There were lots of doctors around us. Kind of welcomed the new breed of software engineers. We were the youngsters among all of them. So we were embraced and loved by most of the Kannada doctors there. So it was very pleasant stay for us in Nashville.
ಸೊ ವಾಟ್ ಮೇಡ್ ಯು ಮರಳಿ ನಾಡಿಗೆ ಇಲ್ಲಿ ಬಂದು ಮುಂದಿನ ಜೀವನ ಸಾಗಿಸೋಣ ಅಂತ ಯಾಕೆ ಅನ್ನಿಸ್ತು?
ನಿಮಗೂ ಗೊತ್ತಿದೆ, ನೀವು ಅಬ್ರಾಡ್ ಇದ್ರಿ. ಏನಾಗ್ತಿತ್ತು ಅಂದರೆ, ಇಲ್ಲಿ ವಯಸ್ಸಾದ ಅಪ್ಪ ಅಮ್ಮ ಇದ್ದರು, ವೈಫ್ಗೂ ಇದ್ದರು, ನನಗೂ ಇದ್ದರು. ರಾತ್ರಿ ಹೊತ್ತು ಏನೇ ಫೋನ್ ರಿಂಗ್ ಆದರೂ ಹೆದರಿಕೆ ಆಗ್ತಿತ್ತು. ಸೊ ವಿ ವರ್ ಇನ್ ದಿಸ್ ಕಾನ್ಸ್ಟೆಂಟ್ ಫಿಯರ್ ಫ್ರಮ್ ಅಬೌಟ್ 1999 till 2005 for both of us. That's why we started talking that better for us to go back to India and then be with our parents. And I also have 4 other siblings. We are a big family. So I was missing the family.
ಈಗ ಇಲ್ಲಿ ಬಂದು 15 ವರ್ಷ ಆಗಿದೆ ಅಂದರೆ, ಆರಂಭದಲ್ಲಿ ಅಥವಾ ಈಗಲೂ ಅಮೇರಿಕದ ಏನನ್ನ ನೀವು ಮಿಸ್ ಮಾಡ್ಕೊಳ್ತೀರಾ? ವಾಟ್ ಆರ್ ಯು ಮಿಸ್ಸಿಂಗ್? ಟಾಪ್ 1 or 2 ಐಟಮ್ಸ್ ದಟ್ ಯು ವರ್ ಯೂಸ್ ಟು ಇನ್ USA.
ಫಸ್ಟ್ 2 years ತುಂಬ ಮಿಸ್ ಮಾಡ್ತಿದ್ದೋ. ಪ್ರತಿಯೊಂದರಲ್ಲೂ ಕಷ್ಟ ಆಗ್ತಿತ್ತು. ಸ್ಟಾರ್ಟಿಂಗ್ ಮೇಡ್ ಜೊತೆ ಗಲಾಟೆ, ಫ್ಯಾಮಿಲಿ ಜೊತೆ ಅಡ್ಜಸ್ಟ್ ಇದು ಇತ್ತು. ಸೊ ಇಟ್ ವಾಸ್ ನಾಟ್ ವೆರಿ pleasant in the first 2 years because we were also anxious about the move. Kids were anxious. Education system change agittu, school timings change agittu, the way the teachers would talk to them had changed. So there were some adjustment problem, but after the first 2 years we kind of got adjusted back to India. Everything became normal. Nowadays actually I really don't miss anything in the US, but my daughter who is born here, she was born in 2009 after we returned. She keeps complaining that my brothers were able to spend their childhood in US. I am robbed of that opportunity. and then she keeps complaining about the food items that are not available in now, things like that. So other than that, I personally and my wife also, we don't miss much of America. Once in 3-4 years, we go there, spend couple of months, and both my boys are there. My first one finishes masters in Columbia University. He's working for Pepsi now in New York, and second one Pramit is finishing up his undergraduate degree in computer science in Arizona State University. So we keep traveling and then spending time in the US.
ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಎಲೆಕ್ಟ್ರಾನಿಕ್ ಟೆಕ್ನಾಲಜಿ ಏರಿಯಾನಲ್ಲಿ ನೀವು ಕೆಲಸ ಮಾಡ್ತಾ ಇದ್ರಿ. ಭಾರತದಲ್ಲಿ ಬಂದು ಏನು ಮಾಡ್ತೀವಿ, ಏನೋ ಡೈರಿ ಓನ್ ಮಾಡ್ತೀರಾ ಅಂತ ಅಷ್ಟೇ ನನಗೆ ಗೊತ್ತಿರೋದು. ಬೇರೆ ಜನಕ್ಕೂ ಕೂಡ ಅಷ್ಟೇ ಗೊತ್ತಿರ್ಬೋದೇನೋ.
ಫಸ್ಟ್ 2 years ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಬಂದಾಗ ಇಟ್ಸ್ ಫನ್ನಿ. ಈ TV9 ಕನ್ನಡ ನ್ಯೂಸ್ ಎಲ್ಲ ನೋಡಿದ್ರೆ ಮಿಶ್ರಿತ ಹಾಲು ಅಂತ ಭಾರಿ ಬರ್ತಿತ್ತು. ಟ್ಯಾಂಕರಲ್ಲಿ ಯೂರಿಯಾ ಮಿಕ್ಸ್ಡ್ ಹಾಲು ಅಂತೆಲ್ಲ ಬರ್ತಿತ್ತು. ನಮ್ಗೆ ಹೆದರಿಕೆ ಆಯ್ತು. ಸೊ ಏನಪ್ಪ ಇದು ಅಂತ.
ಸೆನ್ಸೇಷನಲ್ ಹೆಡ್ಲೈನ್ಸ್, ವೆಲ್ಕಮ್ ಟು ಇಂಡಿಯಾ.
Yes, it was very scary. At that time, there were lots of headlines around that contaminated milk. Fortunately, we had purchased 10 acres of land in 1998. I decided, let's buy cows for our family. 3 sisters and a brother and my parents and our mother, and our sister was also here. So we thought, well, let's buy 6 cows so that we get milk for the house. And I adopted organic farming. Grass that we grew, the feed that we gave to the cows, everything was like the olden times, what my grandfather used to do, like individually mix the food instead of buying the processed ready-made feed. And then all my friends started demanding milk. They said, well, you are drinking good milk, why can't we have it? The 6 cows becomes 12 cows, 12 cows becomes 20 cows, and then 20 cows become 40 cows. Meanwhile, I also got interested in making cheese, mainly because good quality cheese was not available in India at that time. This was back in talking 2006, 2007. Imported cheeses were not available in India. So went and got myself trained in the US and also France. I took about 3 months of cheese making courses. Came back and we started making mozzarella, cheddar and feta. Our cheeses are quite nice, and it's vegetarian cheese also. Abroad, when the cheese is made, they use something called a rennet, which is a coagulating agent, which is extracted from the fourth stomach of a calf. So for you to extract from the fourth stomach of a calf, it has to be killed. So that rennet is not allowed in India because we worship cows. So there is a vegetarian variant is available. We use that. So our cheese is completely vegetarian. And also we started making set curds, ghee. I started using the recipe that my mother was using to make the ghee, and even today our best seller is our ghee, and most of our residents in Sankalp Central Park have tried Happy Ghee that comes from our farm, and it is very well received. With word of mouth, business grew, and today we are sitting with about 45 cows. We make the cheese, paneer, curds, ghee, butter, and all these things. And since I was a software engineer who got into the agriculture business, there was lots of curiosity among people. They wanted to come and see our farm. And also I'm very proud to say that I figured on the front page of Deccan Herald, I think July 26th issue in 2010, they wrote a huge article about me coming back from US and getting into the agriculture industry. So lots of people started coming into my farms. We introduced something called a farm tour. So we used to collect a minimum amount for them to come in and see the farm. We used to give them the complete tour of the farm, how we make our products. And about 4 years ago, we also introduced lunch program. We are not a restaurant per se. You can call us 24 hours in advance. We will cook authentic North Karnataka lunch or authentic Coorg lunch. It's all vegetarian. So these two things have really picked up well, and then we usually have constant stream of visitors, like at least 20 to 25 per day. And weekends will be about 50 to 80 per over the weekend, Saturday and Sunday.
So you are an American returned to become Mysur's own cowboy. Yeehaw in the hayya hayya. So talking about vegetarianism and other ethical aspects, what happens to the cows when they stop giving milk?
No, frankly speaking, I don't like the hypocrisy among our farmers. We say we worship Gomata. When a cow passes them, they touch the cow and then do namaskar. But the day cow is not useful for them, they will send it to the butcher. They don't even think twice. I'll give you an example. This happened right in front of my eyes. One day I was in the farm. My neighbor, his 2 ox were plowing the land, and one of them became weak and sat down. So when a cow sits down like that, and if it cannot get up, it is useless for the farmer. He didn't think twice. Within 15 minutes, an auto came and the cow was picked up and taken away. Not the cow, the hawk. And I think he sold it for about 12,000 or 13,000 rupees, something like that. I was really disturbed with this, and as a policy, what we have done is, as soon as the cow reaches the non-milking stage, we work with
ಚಾಮುಂಡಿ ಬೆಟ್ಟ ತಪ್ಪಲಲ್ಲಿ ಇದೆಯಲ್ಲ ಅದ
ಅದ್ರ ಹೆಸರು ಮರ್ತೋಯ್ತು, ಅವ್ರಿಗೆ ನಾವು ಕೌನ ಕೊಟ್ಬಿಟ್ಟು ಅದ್ರ ಮೇಲೆ ಒಂದು 5,000 ರೂಪಾಯಿ ಅಥವಾ 8,000 ರೂಪಾಯಿ ಕೊಟ್ಬಿಟ್ಟು ಅವ್ರು ನೋಡ್ಕೊಳ್ತಾರೆ ತೀರೋಗೋವ್ರಿಗೆ ಅವ್ರು ಕೊಟ್ಬಿಡ್ತೀವಿ. ದಟ್ ಆರ್ಗನೈಸೇಷನ್ ಈಸ್ ರನ್ ಬೈ ಗ್ರೂಪ್ ಆಫ್ ಜೈನ್ಸ್. It's called Pinjrapol. We give our cows to them and give some donation, and then they'll take care of it. And even the male cows, we do the same thing. Male calf, we'll take care of them until 4 months, until they are ready to eat the grass. This is the practice that we are doing, and none of our cows go to the butcher. And I also want to give you one more example. This I feel very proud about. Sometime back in 2014 or 15, one of our cows, this was the first batch of cows came into our farm. I was very emotionally connected with the first 6 cows. And one of the cows developed the same problem, the weakness in the leg, and then it couldn't get up. We didn't have any other option, and the doctor said, Chida, even Pinjrapol won't take it. You have an option to put it down, or you can try some of the things that it may work or it may not work. So we rented a pulley from Gujri, tied the cows with tarpaul, and then connected it to the pulley and then lifted it up. So we made it stand with the help of a pulley. And then for the next 1 month, massage, neurobion injections, and lots of several medications. And finally, it was able to stand on its own leg. And even today, that cow is milking with it.
That's very heartening story. ಸರಿ, ಆಮೇಲೆ ಮುಂದೆ ಅಮೆರಿಕಾಗೆ ಇನ್ನೊಂದ್ಸಲ ಟೆಂಪರರಿ ಆಗೋ ಅಥವಾ ಪರ್ಮನೆಂಟ್ ಆಗೋ ಮಕ್ಕಳು ಕೂಡ ಅಲ್ಲೇ ಇರೋದ್ರಿಂದ ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಇರೋ ಬಯಸೋದ್ರಿಂದ ಏನಾದರೂ ಆ ಥರ ಆಲೋಚನೆಗಳಿದೆಯಾ?
ಈಗ ನನ್ನ ಮಗಳು 9th ಗ್ರೇಡಲ್ಲಿ ಇದ್ದಾಳೆ. ಅವಳು ಹೇಳ್ತಿದ್ದಾಳೆ 12th ಆದಮೇಲೆ ನಾನು ಅಲ್ಲೇ ಓದಕ್ಕೆ ಹೋಗ್ತೀನಿ ಅಂತ. ಸೊ 3 ಜನನೂ ಅಲ್ಲೇ ಇದ್ದರೆ ಐ ಥಿಂಕ್ ವಿ ಆರ್ ಥಿಂಕಿಂಗ್ ಆಫ್ ಡಿವೈಡಿಂಗ್ ಆರ್ ಟೈಮ್, ಸ್ಪೆಂಡಿಂಗ್ ಮೋಸ್ಟ್ ಆಫ್ ದ ಟೈಮ್ ಇಯರ್ ಆ್ಯಂಡ್ ಸಮ್ ಟೈಮ್ ವಿತ್ ದೆಮ್. ಸೊ ಸದ್ಯಕ್ಕೆ ಆ ಪ್ಲ್ಯಾನ್ ಇದೆ, ನೋಡೋಣ ಏನಾಗುತ್ತೆ.
How was local Americans' treatment to the Indians who came there to study and then stayed back on work?
Very pleasant. Actually, I'm very fortunate. I see some of the news articles, some places where there's ill treatment, people screaming at them. I think we were very lucky enough we didn't face any of those. I don't know why. Maybe as I told you in the beginning, I was very keen on presenting myself outside in the society, at the workplace. Just like the saying, just be a Roman in Rome, I tried to be an American in America. But I never picked up their accent though. I still carry my thick Indian accent, which I'm very proud of. So to answer your question, yes, we were very fortunate. We didn't face any kind of discrimination.
Any light-hearted jokes they were making about Indians?
Well, some of the funny things I just wanted to narrate. As a student, when I was new in America, like I would walk in the university corridor and then somebody would just look at me and say, howdy, and just walk away. They would not even wait for my response. So in the first few months, I was really surprised. What do they mean by this?
I thought howdy was only limited to the southern Boston also?
No, it was in Western Kentucky University.
Oh, okay.
So it was kind of different for me. And also one more thing that I can narrate is I traveled from Fitchburg, Massachusetts to Bowling Green, Kentucky on a Greyhound bus. It was about 36 hours journey. So when I was about to get off the bus, and there was an African American guy standing outside the bus door, and as soon as I came down and he said, what's up? So these terms were new to me, like we were not used to those terms in India at that time. So I looked up and then I said, nothing's up. So he kind of gave me a weird look. One of the things that is the way we wish many happy returns of the day is a happy birthday. They never understood the many happy returns of the day, but really? Which is really, and the other thing was do the needful. This was also not a phrase that commonly used in US, but 99.99% of the Indians who were working there as software engineers, they always used to say at the end of the email, please do the needful. So this is one, and the last thing is I went to the administrative office in Western Kentucky University. I wanted to apply for graduate assistantship. So I had to finish my classes, and by the time I went there, it was about 4:15, and the administrative staff would go home at 4:30. So there was this lady in the graduate assistantship office. She was getting ready to go home. So when I walked in, and she said I was fixing to go home. So the term fixing to go home, I didn't understand it immediately. I said, what are you trying to fix? I thought maybe she has a flat tire or something like that. So I said, is there any way I can help you? So she was giving me a weird look. So these were some of the things that
Reverse
I,
cultural shock for them.
yes.
Okay, your sons are eligible to become US presidents. Any comments?
The second one, first one is not interested. Second one says he wants to come back to India once he turns 40, just like me. I came back to India at the age of 38 and give up his citizenship in US, join his politics in India, and then he wants to be active in politics. He may join politics in US also. He's very interested. He was the president of his school and things like that. So I don't know.
So that's a wide range opportunity planning. American president, I meant, but he is interested in Indian politics also. That's very laudable dream. Now talking about presidency, you are our president now, SCP MC president. So what are your ambitious plans for the next 2 years?
First of all, I really would like to thank this community for giving this opportunity to serve them. Well, from day one, when the builder built this community, he called it international community. And my dream is to make it truly international and not just in the tagline. Basically, I'm looking for total automation. One thing that I didn't mention earlier is that we have this Chelta attitude. I don't want Chelta attitude. I want everything to be perfect. And luckily, my MC team also thinks in the same way. So we will try to make everything automated, close to perfection. I think all the residents, I'm pretty sure they will support. And then over the next 2 years, we want to achieve all these things.
That's great to hear, and I think there will be more beans to spill through other communication channels. That's all we have for today with Chida Shivanna. Wish him all the best. It's all the best for us also. Thank you.
Thanks, Ravi.